USD JPY nears 149. What's next as Fed and BoJ decisions loom? Alert. Dollar-yen on high alert as two central banks prepare to rock the boat. Are you ready for a thrilling showdown in the currency markets? The USD JPY pair is poised on the edge, awaiting not one, but two pivotal central bank decisions that could send shockwaves through the financial world. Will the Federal Reserve, Fed, surprise with a rate cut? And can the Bank of Japan, BoJ, resist the urge to hike amidst rising inflation? The perfect storm. Fed and BoJ decisions loom large. Dollar's steady ascent. The US dollar has been gradually gaining ground, setting the stage for a potential breakout against the yen. Yen's stress test. With two critical rate decisions impending, the yen is bracing for impact. Will it emerge unscathed or succumb to the pressure? Fed and BoJ, the dynamic duo. Fed's expected steadfastness. Wednesday's FOMC meeting is anticipated to conclude with interest rates unchanged, maintaining the wait-and-see approach due to slowing inflation. However, this calm may precede a storm, as traders speculate about a potential rate cut as early as September if economic indicators continue to soften. But here's where it gets controversial. Can President Trump's vocal demands for immediate rate cuts influence the Fed's decision, potentially outweighing the committee's cautious stance? Dollar's resilience. Despite sticky yields and global uncertainty, the dollar has demonstrated remarkable strength. Nevertheless, if Powell even hints at easing, the dollar-yen tear may rapidly seek new direction. The Bank of Japan's conundrum, to hold or to hike. Consensus, a hold, but no guarantee. The BoJ, meeting a day after the Fed, is expected to maintain current rates. However, this might not provide the yen with the respite it desperately needs. Japan's inflation dilemma. After years of deflation, Japan's inflation has finally shown signs of life, mounting pressure on policymakers to consider a rate hike. Such a move could bolster the yen, but it risks constricting credit conditions at a time when growth is already slowing. The yen's fate hangs in the balance. If the BoJ decides to hold and adopts a dovish tone, the dollar-yen might surge past 149 yen, testing multi-year highs. And this is the part most people miss. A surprise hike could trigger significant yen volatility. Will the BoJ prioritize inflation control or economic growth? Now it's your turn. Share your thoughts. Do you think President Trump's influence could sway the Fed's decision? Should the BoJ prioritize fighting inflation or supporting economic growth? How do you predict the dollar-yen pair will react to these central bank decisions? Voice your agreement or disagreement in the comments below. Dollar drops versus yen. Understanding the new US-Japan trade deal, its impact. Imagine a world where the value of money can change in an instant, leaving investors and traders on edge. This is the reality we're facing today, as the US dollar takes a hit against the Japanese yen amidst a whirlwind of new trade deals and Japanese politics. But here's where it gets interesting. The dollar's decline against the yen is not just a simple matter of supply and demand, but a complex web of factors that are leaving even the most seasoned experts scratching their heads. The recent announcement of a new US trade deal with Japan, which lowers tariffs on auto imports to 15% in exchange for a $550 billion package of US-bound investment and loans, has sent shockwaves through the market. And this is the part most people miss. The deal is not just about tariffs, but about the underlying dynamics of global trade and the future of international relations. As President Donald Trump strikes a deal with Japan, the dollar has strengthened against the Swiss franc and euro, but weakened versus the yen. The greenback gained against the Swiss franc, on track to snap 3 straight sessions of losses, and was last up 0.24% to 0.79425. However, the dollar hit its lowest level since July 11 at 146.20 per dollar against the yen, after reports that Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba intends to step down next month following a bruising upper house election defeat. Ishiba has denied the reports, calling them completely unfounded, but the damage has already been done. The yen was last down 0.06% at 146.565 yen. So, what's driving the USD JPY exchange rate? According to Juan Perez, Senior Director of Trading at Monex USA, it's all about political anxiety. But here's the thing. This deal is not just about Japan and the US, but about the broader implications for global trade. The European Union and the US are heading towards a trade deal that would result in a broad tariff of 15% on EU goods imported into the US, two diplomats told Reuters. This raises important questions about the future of international trade and the role of tariffs in negotiating agreements. As Jeff Young, head of investment strategy at PGIM Quantitative Solutions, notes, I think what the market is expecting is that there will be a blanket tariff of a certain amount, let's just say 10% or so, and that has been set in place for quite a while, and I believe that it's discounted. But what does this mean for investors and traders? The dollar index, which measures the greenback against a basket of currencies, including the yen and the euro, fell 0.14% to 97.33, on track for 4 straight sessions of losses. The Aussie dollar hit an 8-month high and was last up 0.4% at US dollars 0.6584. As the August 1st deadline for tariff deals looms, investors remain cautious about how it will all play out. And this is where it gets controversial. Some experts argue that the use of tariffs as a negotiating tool is a recipe for disaster, while others see it as a necessary evil in the world of international trade. So we ask you, do you think the use of tariffs is an effective way to negotiate trade agreements? Or is it a dangerous game that could lead to unintended consequences? Let us know in the comments. As the world of international trade continues to evolve, one thing is clear. The value of money can change in an instant, and investors and traders must be prepared for anything. The US dollar may have fallen against the yen, but the real question is, what's next? Will the dollar continue to decline, or will it rebound in the face of uncertainty? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the world of international trade is about to get a whole lot more interesting.